I've got my hands on my latte, so I'm ready to tackle holiday cooking. Okay, let me just let the experts do the cooking this morning. Milk Street's latest cookbook, Simple, is speaking my language. 200 simple, clever recipes that work with just a handful of ingredients in short cooking time. The best part of Milk Street's Director of Education, Rosemary Gills, is here. Gil is here to show me all the easy steps to this recipe. She lets me call her Rosie, by the way. Rosie.
You can call me Rosie.
I love it. So what are we making today, Rosie?
So today we're making a Tandoori-inspired chicken traybake.
Traybake.
Traybake. Do you make traybakes?
I have occasionally made a traybake, and they make my life much easier.
That's why we love them. So it's one sheet pan. You get your vegetables, you get your protein. It goes in the oven at the same time. You take it out. Dinner's done.
Right.
What we did is we just amped up the flavors a bunch and put in, like you said in the intro, a few clever techniques so you can only use these like 5 ingredients, but in smart ways so you get more flavor.
That's amazing.
Because some traybakes are a little bland.
In my past, I've only had bland traybake, so I'm really excited to start this and get this started. So how do we get started?
Okay, so first we want to we want to do the tandoori style, which is the yogurt. So here we have half a cup of yogurt.
Any kind of yogurt, just plain?
Yeah, just not flavored.
Doesn't have to be Greek, doesn't have to be just any yogurt?
Just plain.
Okay,
just plain. And with fat. The fat's important for flavor and texture.
So no non-fat yogurt. You can see here that it's, okay, good.
And we're actually going to add a little more fat. So add like half of that.
Half of
2 tablespoons or so. That's great.
That good? Okay.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
Okay, and then you add a lot of spices. So this is garam masala, which means a warm spice blend. This one is a northern garam masala from India.
I did not, by the way, know that's how you pronounce that spice.
Yes. There, see? You learn more than a few things every day.
I did. I'm not even going to say how I pronounce it because it's too embarrassing. How much was that, by the way? A tablespoon?
That's about 2 tablespoons. So we're a lot of spices. And then this is paprika.
I love
another tablespoon of paprika.
The luckiest spice in the world.
And then just a pinch of salt and pepper.
A pinch of salt and pepper.
Sure, I'll do the pepper.
Okay.
Mwah.
She's like, I've seen you cook frozen pizza and burn it, so I got it.
I got the pepper.
All right, and just whisk this together?
Just whisk that together.
Alrighty.
So this is becoming a very concentrated, I mean, look at that color.
The color is
very flavorful yogurt. What will be a marinade for our chicken. But what you're going to do now is take out 2 nice scoops of it.
Okay.
And add it to the same yogurt, half a cup of yogurt.
All right.
So that's 2,
one more of these?
Yeah, sure, 1 more.
Okay.
And then just stir that up. So that's sort of the smart thing, number 1, is we're making the marinade to make the chicken more flavorful, but while we've got all that flavor, let's make our sauce.
Okay, so the sauce is basically the same thing, but a little bit diluted because we mixed it with about a 1/4 cup or a half a cup of yogurt.
Right, and you want to have the tang, you want all that brightness at the end because we're going to make such a rich, roasty dish.
Cool. Okay.
All right, so sauce is done.
Sauce is done.
All right. Now we want to talk about the chicken.
All right.
All right, you want to cut 1 chicken thigh or you want me to do it?
I'm going to let you do it.
Okay,
I'm not good at cutting the chicken thighs.
So the key to what we do is you leave their bone-in skin on chicken thighs.
All right.
And the key to getting this to cook faster, which is everyone's dream.
Yes.
But also to have more flavor and better browning is you slash them. So you cut them about 1 inch apart all the way down to the bone.
Okay. And all the way down to the bone.
Yeah. So what you
not
do
just
then,
the exterior. Okay.
No, down, because what you want to do is the skin's actually like a raincoat, and if we just put our flavor on the outside, it's never getting inside.
Copy that, yes.
So you want it to get inside, right? You want it to actually get on the meat so that you have more flavorful chicken when it's done roasting.
Yes. Okay.
And you just put that in here. The rest of these are already slashed.
Oh, nice. And is it the reason why you're not using a chicken breast because the chicken thigh is a little bit more moist and
flavorful?
Flavorful?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you absolutely can make this with a bone-in skin on chicken breast. And it will just cook a little. It will actually cook chicken breasts are pretty big nowadays.
Yeah,
it might take a little longer. But the same method works no matter what you're using. And you can use different meats.
Yes.
If you want to, we have tray bakes.
Can I use pork?
Yeah, so we have tray bakes in the cookbook with pork.
Okay.
We have some with fish. We have all vegetarian ones that use tofu.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's really just a template. It's an idea for how to get dinner on the table quickly without sacrificing flavor.
Genius.
I mean, that's a really nice equation.
That is. No, wonderful. Tell me a little bit more about the book. What other things can we find? There's a soup on the cover.
Yeah, that's an amazing soup. So that's a harissa spice butternut squash soup. And so what you do there is you brown harissa like a lot of people brown tomato paste.
Yeah.
And you develop a really flavorful base, and then you just boil your vegetables. I mean, you do 5 minutes of work up front.
Okay.
And the rest is just boiling.
So you've got You've got salads, skillets, so many, not just a tray bake, but you've got all the things.
Things for all different seasons. There's fresh things. There's really nice things for the winter, for the holidays. Some of the roasted vegetables are fantastic. A lot of it has to do with using fresh herbs and smart condiments. So like the harissa I mentioned earlier, using these spices, pomegranate molasses, things like that. Because you get a lot of flavor without you doing any work.
Without having to do the work.
It's in the bottle.
I love it. Okay, so you've put these chickens on. It doesn't have to marinate for long, right?
No, you can just let it sit out while you're doing all the cauliflower.
All right.
Now, the recipe says to wipe out the bowl, but I like extra flavor.
I like it. Rosie's keeping it real.
Just telling you how I actually cook at home. So then you mix this all together.
Yeah.
And you know, at home, you'd mix it properly.
Yeah.
And you just arrange it around. What I like to do sometimes is you can put garlic or scallions in here because the fat from the skin protects them from burning, and you get really sweet garlic cloves. So if you like garlic, nestle a few cloves in here.
In between when you're cooking a meat with skin.
Yep.
Okay. I file this information away.
Do it, and then
it's in
send
there.
me a picture that replaces the pizza. That will be my victory as the director of education. As Amity sends me a non-burnt frozen pizza.
I would like to announce that was like 5 years ago, though. I've gotten a little.
I've cooked with you before. I know you're a good cook.
I also want to highlight too with this book what I find is so interesting is it's not just family meals, easy and go. There's this gorgeous sea scallop with brown butter. I mean, this is something I would cook for my guests.
There's entertaining meals in there.
This is a beautiful meal.
You can entertain quickly. Really, it really is about having a smart pantry and then thinking about how you can use a few ingredients but use them more than once.
Okay.
Right? So the yogurt twice, the spice blend twice.
Okay.
So that you're reaching for fewer things and maximizing what you do use.
This is, I mean, so easy peasy. I'm stealing this book from you before you go because this is all my life. And then I am going to make you proud. How long do we put this in the oven for?
Depending on the size of your chicken, you want it to register 175. I think 185 is better for chicken thighs. They get more sort of luxuriously gelatinous and beautiful. But it's about 30 minutes.
Okay, about 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then when you are cooking them, meat timers, it's important to invest in something.
Like a thermometer?
Yeah.
I think it's
meat timer, also known as thermometer.
Yeah, also, no, I knew what you were saying. I think it's the most surefire way to make sure that you're serving people meat that's cooked properly so you don't have to throw it out. So it's, you know, a small investment for a lot of reward.
A lot of gain. Okay.
Yeah. So this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. And thanks to the yogurt, look at how deeply burnished and golden it becomes. Yeah. And then hold on, wait. Let me just do one thing because it's going to taste better. And I want you to get
ready
the best.
Dive right in.
But I want you to get the best possible. So just a little lemon juice.
Okay.
A little extra perk.
Okay, a little extra perk. I'm going to take it right off the top here with this chicken thing because I just want it right here. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, and then do I put the sauce on it too?
Do it. That way you get the full experience.
You get the full experience.
Here, I'll hold it up for you. Dip it on in there.
Dip it on in there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Garam masala, that's the key.
That is amazing.
Yay! I'm delighted. That's so great.
Oh my gosh, Rosie, you can cook for me anytime. Please come back soon.